What if tomorrow morning you woke up only to discover that you don't belong? What if your community gathered outside your front door to tell you you're not one of us? We don't want you here. What if your country did the same thing? In 2013, more than 50 million people faced some variation of those scenarios. The United Nations Refugee Agency recorded 16.7 million refugees, 33.3 million internally displaced persons, and 1.2 million asylum seekers. Millions of people forcibly displaced, forced to accept the fact that they had stopped belonging. You know, the need to belong is buried deep within the human psyche. We were created with a fundamental urge to find communities where we fit, where we belong. And according to psychiatrists like Abraham Maslow, this need outweighs everything but our needs for things like food, water, and security. In other words, belonging matters, and it matters a lot. To keep the Feast of Tabernacles, God commands His people to leave their homes and for 1 week to live in temporary dwellings. For ancient Israel, this meant constructing shelters with the branches and leaves of nearby trees. For Christians today, this means spending a week in hotel rooms or even campsites. And like all the other holy days, this unusual symbolism is intended to remind us of a profound truth. We don't belong. Anyone seeking to truly obey God in a world as crazy as ours isn't going to fit in. You're going to be an outsider in your community, in your country, and in this world. Now, you might not meet with animosity, but walking with God means adopting a set of values and ethics that the world finds strange and foreign. The author of Hebrews described faithful men and women of God as strangers and pilgrims on the earth. So there's no way around it. To love and obey God is to accept that you don't belong. Well, let me rephrase that. To love and obey God is to accept that you don't belong here. And in the book of Philippians, we're told that a Christian citizenship is in heaven. That is, in the kingdom of heaven, which Jesus Christ promised to one day establish on this earth. Now, that kingdom isn't here yet, but it's coming. Our home is coming. The place we belong is coming. The Feast of Tabernacles reminds us that we don't belong. That's true. But then it also reminds us that we're another year closer to belonging. And not just us, not just the people of God. Tabernacles pictures the time just after the return of Christ. Satan the devil will be bound and restrained. The human race will be in shambles and in desperate need of true leadership. Jesus Christ and the newly transformed saints will take the helm, guiding a broken world into a golden age of peace and prosperity. There will be no more refugees, no more internally displaced persons, no more asylum seekers, no more strangers and pilgrims. For the first time since the beginning of time, everyone, everywhere will have the opportunity to belong.